In the infinite tapestry of the cosmos, humanity has always been driven by an insatiable curiosity, a desire to explore not only the known, but also the realms beyond. Our story begins at the very edge of our understanding, where the shimmering veil of the galaxy meets the vast, uncharted darkness of intergalactic space. Is there a chance to leave the galaxy? Poses a question that resonates deeply with anyone who has ever gazed upward at a star-filled sky and wondered about the boundaries of existence. In this narrative, we embark on an intellectual and imaginative journey, one that sets the stage for a broader discussion on the future of exploration, survival, and the ultimate destiny of sentient life. The galaxy, with its spiraling arms and bustling celestial hubs, represents both a cradle of life and a formidable barrier. As we peer beyond its glittering confines, we confront the dual nature of our existence, the comforts of the known and the perils of venturing into the cosmic unknown. At its core, our inquiry is not merely about physical escape, but also about transcending limitations, whether technological, political, or existential, that have, for millennia, confined our species to one galactic neighborhood. The idea of leaving the galaxy challenges our conventional notions of progress and survival. It pushes us to question the very frameworks upon which our civilizations have been built, inviting speculation on what lies beyond the glittering boundaries of our home. This prologue is designed to prepare the mind for a multifaceted exploration. The audience is invited to consider the broader implications of such a monumental endeavor, all while acknowledging that the full story is complex and layered. Our approach intentionally avoids diving into the intricate details of the many players, forces, and events that will later come into focus. Instead, it aims to ignite the spark of curiosity, a call to consider the possibilities that exist when one dares to dream about breaking free from the familiar confines of our galactic environment. The question itself, whether there is a chance to leave the galaxy, carries with it echoes of hope, challenge, and transformation. It implies a journey not only through space, but also through the realms of possibility, where advanced technologies, unknown energies, and unexpected alliances could redefine what is achievable. At a time when scientific breakthroughs and theoretical models continuously reshape our understanding of the universe, this theme stands as a testament to our enduring quest for knowledge. It beckons us to explore how our current limitations might be overcome by future innovations and to imagine a destiny that extends far beyond the stars we see tonight. Moreover, the concept of leaving the galaxy is wrapped in layers of philosophical and existential inquiry. It invites us to ask what it means to be confined within a cosmic structure that is both awe-inspiring and limiting. It also challenges us to reflect on the sacrifices and transformations that such an escape might demand, not just on a technological level, but also in terms of societal evolution and the very essence of our identity as a species. Throughout this exploration, we will touch upon various threads, ancient myths reinterpreted through the lens of modern science, emerging theories that blur the line between science fiction and scientific possibility, and the human stories that illuminate our deepest hopes and fears. However, in this opening segment, our objective is to set a broad framework rather than to delve into the specifics that will later define the narrative's finer points. The prologue is our invitation to imagine a universe where the boundaries of our galaxy might one day be traversed, where the unknown is not a barrier, but a frontier ripe for discovery. As we stand on the threshold of this discussion, we are reminded that every monumental journey starts with a single, bold question. Is there a chance to leave the galaxy? Is that question a spark that may, in time, kindle the flames of revolutionary change in our understanding of space, time, and the future of life itself? Let this initial moment serve as a meditation on both the limits and the boundless potential of our cosmic existence, setting the stage for a deeper dive into the forces and narratives that will soon unfold in our exploration of the galactic frontier. In the quest to push beyond the confines of our galactic home, Several distinct groups have emerged as central participants, each representing a unique perspective and responsibility in this bold endeavor. One group is made up of the Exploratory Collective, consisting of researchers, engineers, and visionaries whose mission is to investigate and chart the mysteries of the cosmos. Their role centers on gathering and interpreting data about regions that lie in the void beyond our familiar star systems. They provide the foundation of scientific understanding needed to identify potential paths for venturing into new territories. Their focus is on constructing theoretical frameworks and conducting experiments that map out the cosmic terrain, all while ensuring that any potential leap forward is firmly rooted in methodical inquiry. Parallel to these efforts is a network of intellectual architects known as the Consortium of Visionaries. This assembly is made up of futurists, cultural theorists, and philosophers who have the task of conceptualizing a life beyond the galaxy. Their influence lies in framing the challenge in terms of societal evolution and long-term destiny. They design blueprints for future communities and social structures that could emerge from the challenges of intergalactic expansion. By reimagining the possibilities for civilization, they open up a dialogue about the ethical, cultural, and philosophical implications of a journey into uncharted space. A further crucial participant is represented by the Coalition of Technocrats, comprising leading engineers, industrial strategists, and systems developers. This group is responsible for formulating the advanced technological solutions that could make intergalactic travel feasible. They focus on designing propulsion systems, energy sources, and life support mechanisms that would be robust enough to withstand the harsh conditions of deep space. Their mandate is to translate abstract theoretical concepts into practical engineering projects that could eventually support the human presence beyond our galaxy. Their work emphasizes the importance of innovation, precision, and reliability in every technical development. Another influential faction is the Guardians of Legacy, a group dedicated to safeguarding the historical, cultural, and ethical dimensions of our society. Their role is to ensure that as new frontiers are approached, the wisdom and traditions of past generations are preserved and respected. They monitor the ethical ramifications of venturing into territories that have been largely unexplored and ungoverned. By acting as custodians of humanity's collective memory, they help guide decisions that balance progress with the preservation of cultural identity. Their involvement ensures that any transformation on this monumental scale does not come at the expense of core values and traditions. The diplomatic alliance plays an equally important role in the scenario. Made up of representatives from various political entities, regional councils, and international bodies, they are tasked with facilitating cooperation and resolving conflicts that arise from divergent interests. Their primary function is to mediate between the technical ambitions of the innovators and the pragmatic concerns of policymakers. They construct forums for dialogue and negotiation, ensuring that the diverse voices involved in the grand endeavor are heard and that mutual understanding is achieved. Their contributions are essential in creating a stable framework for collective decision-making and collaboration. A further participant is the Scientific Federation, a consortium of academic institutions, research centers, and independent scholars. This group is dedicated to extending the frontiers of human knowledge through rigorous investigation in fields such as astrophysics, quantum mechanics, and cosmology. They provide the empirical support that underpins the more speculative aspects of intergalactic exploration. Their work is marked by systematic research, critical analysis, and a commitment to evidence-based conclusions, all of which contribute to assessing the true feasibility of leaving our galactic bounds. Complementing these more structured organizations is the Circle of Pioneers, a band of adventurers and innovators who push the envelope by embracing bold and unconventional methods. Their role is to explore creative solutions and test the limits of existing knowledge, often stepping into roles that require both courage and ingenuity. They are the ones willing to take risks that others might consider too great, acting as catalysts for breakthroughs and unexpected discoveries. Their willingness to experiment and challenge established norms injects a dynamic sense of urgency and excitement into the pursuit of new frontiers. Finally, the Alliance for Survival stands as a group devoted to the practical aspects of managing risks and ensuring long-term sustainability. This collection of communities and pragmatic planners focuses on crisis management, contingency planning, and the creation of safeguards to protect populations in the face of unprecedented challenges. Their role is to develop strategies that address the potential hazards associated with venturing into uncharted cosmic regions, ensuring that every daring initiative is matched by robust plans for preservation and support. They remind all involved that the pursuit of progress must be balanced by a careful consideration of safety and stability. Together, these diverse groups form a complex ecosystem of thought and action that underpins the discussion of whether there is a chance to leave the galaxy. Each faction contributes a specialized perspective, be it scientific rigor, visionary ideology, technical innovation, cultural continuity, diplomatic negotiation, empirical research, daring experimentation, or pragmatic survival planning. In their aggregate, they shape the conversation by ensuring that every facet of the challenge is addressed, from the minutiae of engineering and research to the broader societal implications of such a transformative journey. The interplay of these roles, without delving into the specifics of their individual actions, sets a rich and multifaceted stage for the unfolding narrative of intergalactic exploration. Over time, an accumulation of scientific observations, cultural shifts, and unforeseen cosmic events converged to form the backdrop against which the question of venturing beyond our galactic boundaries began to take shape. Decades of methodical exploration within our stellar environment gradually revealed that our galaxy was both a wellspring of opportunity and a confining arena. Subtle hints emerged from astronomical data and theoretical models, suggesting that the forces governing our galactic neighborhood were more complex and dynamic than previously believed. As instruments grew ever more precise, long-standing assumptions about the limits of our cosmic environment began to erode, prompting researchers to re-examine the very nature of the space that cradles us. A series of anomalies detected in deep space observations played a critical role in shaping this paradigm shift. Unexplained fluctuations in the energy readings near the fringes of our galaxy, combined with irregularities in the distribution of interstellar matter, hinted at the existence of unknown influences acting from beyond the familiar bounds. These observations were initially regarded as isolated incidents, but as more data accumulated from independent research teams, a broader pattern emerged. The evidence pointed toward external factors that could potentially alter the fabric of our galactic ecosystem. In turn, this inspired a wave of investigation into cosmic phenomena that had once been relegated to speculative theories. Such scientific curiosity laid the groundwork for rethinking the very limits of our cosmic residence. Simultaneously, the relentless progress in technology and computational modeling provided the tools necessary to simulate conditions and dynamics that had previously been out of reach. Sophisticated simulations built on the latest theoretical frameworks and validated by observational data began to replicate conditions where conventional models of galactic stability no longer applied. These virtual experiments not only reinforced the idea that our galaxy was subject to influences from external cosmic forces, but they also revealed potential pathways through which these influences might be harnessed or navigated. In this environment of technological empowerment, the theoretical possibility of departing the galaxy was reinterpreted from a distant fantasy into a subject worthy of rigorous academic and engineering consideration. At the same time, the cultural landscape was undergoing its own transformation. The increasing exposure to cosmic mysteries through both scientific breakthroughs and imaginative narratives disseminated via media and literature sparked a collective introspection about humanity's destiny. This intellectual ferment was not confined to academic circles, but permeated society at large, where existential questions about our place in the universe gained unprecedented traction. The notion that our cosmic home might one day be transcended began to resonate with a growing segment of the public. Philosophical debates and public forums explored the idea that staying confined to the galaxy might limit our potential as a species. Over time, these discussions cultivated a readiness to challenge long-held assumptions about cosmic destiny, transforming abstract wonder into a tangible objective. Environmental and existential concerns also contributed to the evolving context. As the consequences of unsustainable practices on our planetary systems became increasingly apparent, a broader dialogue emerged around the need for alternative paths to ensure long-term survival. Concerns about resource depletion and the fragility of local ecosystems underscored the urgency of seeking refuge or new frontiers beyond familiar territory. These warnings of terrestrial vulnerability, when combined with the insights from astrophysical research, led to the contemplation that our future might lie not solely in the continued exploitation of a single finite environment, but in the deliberate expansion into uncharted cosmic territories. This dual awareness of both the opportunities within and the risks inherent to our current galactic setting reinforced the momentum behind exploring pathways to escape a self-imposed confinement. Historical milestones in scientific discovery further compounded these influences. Breakthroughs in understanding the mechanics of cosmic phenomena, such as the behavior of dark matter and the intricate dance of gravitational forces at the galactic edge, offered tantalizing glimpses into realms beyond established frontiers. Each new discovery acted as a stepping stone that expanded the theoretical horizon. The accumulation of such incremental advances gradually redefined the contours of what was considered achievable. Researchers began to piece together a mosaic of interconnected phenomena that suggested a universe far more malleable and interconnected than had been imagined. This evolving understanding implied that the forces capable of reshaping the galactic environment might also be harnessed to facilitate a deliberate departure from it. Furthermore, debates within academic and scientific communities grew more intense as emerging data challenged the long-held view that the galaxy was an insular domain. The prospect of intergalactic transit was discussed in research papers and conferences, with ideas once deemed unfeasible now emerging as plausible subjects for experimental inquiry. The synthesis of theoretical research with technological advances generated a fertile ground for innovation, where the boundaries of possibility were continuously redrawn. Every new insight contributed to an environment of increasing optimism, where the pursuit of knowledge was intertwined with the ambition to redefine the scope of human exploration. In sum, the convergence of persistent scientific inquiry, rapid technological progress, and a cultural awakening about our cosmic limitations coalesced into the set of circumstances that led to the current contemplation of leaving the galaxy. The interplay of subtle astronomical anomalies, enhanced simulation capabilities, existential environmental concerns, and landmark scientific discoveries created a complex mosaic of conditions that no longer permitted the acceptance of a static cosmic identity. Rather than being seen as a closed system, the galaxy was reinterpreted as a dynamic stage from which new chapters of exploration might unfold, setting the stage for the audacious question: is there a chance to leave the galaxy? A series of distinct phases marked the progression of events, leading toward the possibility of venturing outside the familiar bounds of our galactic territory. Each phase brought its own challenges, innovations, and shifts in public perception, gradually shaping a path from theoretical speculation to pragmatic steps aimed at intergalactic transit. Initially, the scientific community embarked on intensive observation campaigns targeting the periphery of the galaxy. High-resolution telescopic surveys and deep space sensor networks began to yield consistent anomalies that spurred a surge in theoretical inquiry. During this period, scientists focused on refining models of cosmic dynamics, leading to the development of refined simulations that could replicate the unexpected behavior observed near the galactic edge. These models, while preliminary, provided the first hints that our cosmic environment might not be as impenetrable as once assumed. As data accumulated, research initiatives were launched specifically to probe these anomalies, marking the first organized efforts to understand the true nature of the galactic boundaries. Subsequently, advanced computational experiments became instrumental in transforming early hypotheses into workable scenarios. Dedicated research facilities collaborated with computing centers to run extensive simulations that explored various cosmic configurations. These digital experiments allowed for the systematic evaluation of numerous parameters governing the interplay between known forces and the previously undetected influences affecting galactic dynamics. This phase was characterized by iterative refinement. Initial simulations revealed promising yet incomplete pictures, which then spurred additional observational campaigns to fill in missing data. The continuous feedback loop between simulation and observation fostered a climate of cautious optimism, indicating that theoretical advances could indeed lay the groundwork for overcoming the constraints imposed by our current cosmic neighborhood. As confidence in the emerging models grew, technological development entered a phase of accelerated experimentation and innovation. Research laboratories and engineering teams initiated prototype projects designed to test the feasibility of harnessing exotic energy sources and novel propulsion methods. These experimental ventures were often conducted in controlled environments, simulating the rigors of deep space conditions. Though the prototypes were modest in scale, they served as essential proofs of concept that demonstrated the potential for technology to bridge the vast distances separating the galaxy from intergalactic space. This era of technological testing was marked by a blend of incremental improvements and occasional breakthroughs that reinvigorated the collective ambition to reach beyond the familiar. In parallel with technological experimentation, strategic planning and policy discussions gained momentum. International symposiums and high-level forums were convened to address the broader implications of intergalactic travel. These gatherings brought together experts from diverse fields to deliberate on resource allocation, risk assessment, and long-term sustainability. The discussions underscored the importance of a coordinated approach, urging that scientific progress be matched by robust planning and secure funding. By establishing interdisciplinary committees and advisory boards, decision-makers ensured that the emerging technological and theoretical advancements were integrated into a coherent framework for future endeavors. This phase, characterized by pragmatic organization and consensus building, was crucial for laying the institutional groundwork required to support any eventual foray into uncharted space. Later developments saw the transition from laboratory experiments to field tests and demonstration missions. Early ventures included the deployment of unmanned probes equipped with advanced navigational and communication systems, designed to test propulsion concepts in real cosmic environments. These missions served as practical trials, confirming many of the predictions made by earlier simulations. Although the missions encountered unexpected technical hurdles and environmental challenges, the data collected was invaluable. Each test flight contributed incremental knowledge, refining both the technological designs and the operational protocols necessary for larger-scale missions. This period was a critical bridge between conceptual innovation and the tangible demonstration of capabilities that could ultimately facilitate galactic departure. A subsequent phase witnessed the expansion of collaborative networks that further accelerated progress. Transnational research initiatives and joint ventures among space agencies, private enterprises, and academic institutions proliferated. The pooling of expertise and resources resulted in the rapid development of integrated systems capable of addressing the multifaceted challenges of intergalactic travel. The cooperative atmosphere was underpinned by a shared vision that the accumulated insights from prior phases could be synthesized into a viable plan for escaping the gravitational and energetic confines of our galaxy. During this period, a clear timeline emerged, outlining key milestones such as the completion of critical experiments, the launch of next-generation exploratory platforms, and the final integration of theoretical models with engineered systems. Toward the latter stages of this progression, focus shifted to the practical implications of sustaining life and operational integrity beyond the galaxy. Intensive studies were conducted on long-duration space travel, environmental adaptation in extreme conditions, and the potential for establishing self-sufficient habitats in deep space environments. These investigations addressed the myriad technical and biological challenges that would be encountered on prolonged voyages into uncharted territories. Research groups worked on developing closed-loop life support systems, durable materials capable of withstanding cosmic radiation, and energy generation methods that could operate independently of traditional fuel sources. This concerted effort aimed at ensuring that any eventual journey would be supported by a resilient infrastructure capable of mitigating risks and maintaining human and technological vitality in distant space. Throughout these phases, incremental progress was continuously validated by both experimental successes and iterative refinements to strategic plans. Each stage of development built upon its predecessors, creating a layered progression that gradually eroded the barriers once thought insurmountable. From early observational breakthroughs and computational modeling to prototype demonstrations, policy coordination, field trials, and comprehensive life support research, the evolution of events was marked by an unwavering commitment to transform a visionary question into a tangible goal. This structured advancement, reflecting both cautious optimism and rigorous innovation, set the stage for later decisions that would further define humanity's potential journey beyond the familiar reaches of our galaxy. In the midst of an era defined by steady advancements and ever-expanding aspirations, a singular moment emerged that crystallized the ambition of venturing beyond our galactic borders. This moment took shape during an unprecedented global gathering held at a remote research facility dedicated solely to interstellar innovation. Representatives from scientific communities, technology developers, policy institutes, and resource management groups converged with the explicit aim of confronting a question that had lingered in the background for decades. Could humanity ever transcend the gravitational embrace of our galaxy? The outcome of this summit would not simply mark another milestone in the annals of exploration. It would represent a decisive pivot, a collective commitment to transform theoretical possibility into an actionable blueprint for intergalactic departure. The atmosphere in the grand meeting hall was charged with a sense of urgency tempered by cautious optimism. Prior to this gathering, discussions had oscillated between incremental experimental progress and broader strategic visions. However, the deliberations at this assembly were different. They were aimed at transcending incrementalism by endorsing a comprehensive, unified plan. The critical turning point was catalyzed by the presentation of a novel propulsion model that integrated cutting-edge energy manipulation techniques with an innovative approach to gravitational navigation. This model, rigorously tested through high-fidelity simulations and preliminary field trials, demonstrated that the constraints of conventional physics could be challenged, opening a viable pathway toward intergalactic travel. It provided a technical anchor upon which the assembly could build consensus. The proposal, put forward by a coalition of experts, detailed a phased strategy that began with the construction of a prototype vessel capable of operating in extreme cosmic environments. Emphasis was placed on the development of a propulsion system that exploited energy sources once considered too exotic or inefficient for practical use. The proposal outlined key milestones: the finalization of research into new energy dynamics, the engineering of an interstellar drive module, and the gradual scaling of experimental missions designed to incrementally test the system under controlled conditions. The discussion was not confined to engineering challenges alone. Significant attention was given to the integration of advanced life support mechanisms and the design of a self-sustaining habitat capable of long-duration journeys through the intergalactic medium. A decisive moment occurred when a majority of the delegates, after hours of rigorous debate and technical scrutiny, voted in favor of allocating a substantial portion of international research funds toward the realization of this ambitious project. This financial commitment symbolized more than just an endorsement of technological innovation. It was a formal recognition that the pursuit of intergalactic travel was no longer a fringe consideration, but a strategic imperative. The decision was encapsulated in a detailed resolution that set forth the terms of cooperation among participating nations, outlining shared responsibilities and mutual benefits in the development and eventual deployment of the new system. Notably, the resolution stressed the importance of safeguarding both scientific integrity and ethical oversight throughout the process, ensuring that the venture would remain aligned with long-term human values even as it pushed the boundaries of known physics. The turning point was further solidified by the announcement of a collaborative research program that would bring together the diverse array of expertise present at the summit. This program was designed to foster interdisciplinary collaboration, with teams working jointly on the integration of propulsion dynamics, energy resource management, and environmental adaptation strategies for prolonged deep space travel. The program's framework emphasized transparency, iterative testing, and the sharing of data across international lines, thereby creating a robust support network that would underpin future experimental and exploratory missions. It marked the moment when theoretical discussions were irrevocably transformed into a coordinated, actionable strategy. Simultaneously, the Assembly introduced an oversight committee tasked with monitoring progress, ensuring that technical challenges were addressed in a timely manner and that the momentum generated by the decision was maintained. This committee was charged with evaluating each phase of the project and adjusting parameters as necessary, reflecting a dynamic approach that anticipated both setbacks and breakthroughs. Its establishment underscored a commitment to adaptability, a recognition that pioneering a route beyond our galaxy would require continual reassessment and real-time problem-solving. What made this event truly pivotal was not solely the technological breakthrough or the financial backing secured, but the collective psychological shift it engendered. For decades, the prospect of leaving the galaxy had been relegated to the realm of speculative science and distant dreams. With the passage of this resolution, those dreams were recontextualized as tangible objectives. The Assembly's decision was emblematic of a broader transition in human thought, from a focus on localized survival and incremental progress within familiar boundaries to an expansive vision that embraced the full breadth of the cosmos as the ultimate frontier. It was a moment when the risks associated with the unknown were weighed against the potential for transformative discovery, and the balance tipped decisively toward daring innovation. In the wake of the summit, an air of reinvigorated purpose spread throughout the global scientific community and beyond. Public discourse began to reflect the gravity and potential of the decision, while institutional structures were reoriented to support the ensuing wave of intergalactic research and development. The event served as a beacon, signaling that the era of mere observation and simulation had yielded to one where proactive measures and bold investments in the future were not only conceivable but necessary. It redefined the conversation around human destiny in the cosmos, setting a course that would, in time, lead to further decisive actions and experimental undertakings, all aimed at answering the enduring question: is there a chance to leave the galaxy? Ultimately, this key decision became the fulcrum around which all subsequent efforts were organized. It crystallized a vision that had been nurtured over years of scientific inquiry and societal debate, transforming it into a collective mandate that challenged humanity to extend its reach into the vast, uncharted expanses beyond our familiar stellar domain. The decision to pursue a course toward intergalactic travel sent immediate ripples throughout the cosmic landscape, altering perceptions and behaviors across multiple dimensions of scientific inquiry and societal structure. Almost instantaneously, research institutions around the world redirected resources to focus on this newfound objective, sparking a surge of activity that reverberated well beyond the confines of any single discipline. Laboratories that had previously concentrated on local cosmic phenomena now found themselves at the forefront of studies dedicated to understanding the mechanics of energy manipulation, gravitational dynamics, and the behavior of matter in regions far removed from the familiar confines of our stellar environment. This paradigm shift prompted a rapid reallocation of funding and intellectual capital. Grants and research awards were swiftly restructured to prioritize projects that aimed to bridge the gap between theoretical models and the practical challenges of navigating the vast intergalactic void. As a result, a series of specialized research centers emerged, each focused on distinct aspects of the problem, from advanced propulsion systems and life support innovations to the study of novel energy sources and their interactions with cosmic matter. These centers became hubs of collaborative activity, attracting a diverse array of experts whose combined efforts accelerated progress in ways that few had predicted. The immediate influence on academic circles was profound. Conferences and symposiums that once addressed more narrowly defined topics quickly expanded their scope to include discussions on the implications of a future beyond the galaxy. Academic journals saw a marked increase in submissions exploring the theoretical underpinnings and experimental validations necessary for such an endeavor. This influx of research led to a temporary but significant reordering of priorities, with previously marginal theories gaining prominence as scientists began to reframe their work in the context of the grander question. The vibrant exchange of ideas not only fueled further breakthroughs, but also challenged long-standing assumptions about the limits of physics and engineering, leading to a dynamic period of intellectual ferment. At the same time, the international community experienced an upsurge in cooperative initiatives. Governments and space agencies recognized that the endeavor transcended national interests and required a unified approach. This realization spurred the formation of new alliances and the expansion of existing networks dedicated to space exploration. Joint ventures were launched with the express purpose of pooling resources and expertise, resulting in the rapid establishment of multinational research projects. These initiatives fostered an environment where cross-border collaboration became the norm rather than the exception, setting a precedent for future large-scale scientific projects. The ripple effect of this collaboration was not limited to the scientific community. It also reshaped political dialogues and strategic alliances, with nations recalibrating their long-term priorities in light of the shared ambition. In the realm of public perception, the announcement of an intergalactic initiative sparked an unprecedented wave of enthusiasm and curiosity. Media outlets, once focused on more terrestrial or localized space missions, began to spotlight the monumental challenge and potential of venturing beyond the galaxy. Documentaries, interviews, and panel discussions proliferated, engaging a broad audience that spanned from dedicated enthusiasts to casual observers. This surge in public interest not only bolstered support for the scientific community, but also inspired a new generation of students and young professionals eager to contribute to a legacy that reached beyond conventional boundaries. Educational institutions swiftly incorporated updated curricula and research programs, ensuring that the next wave of innovators was well-versed in the emerging fields critical to intergalactic travel. Commercial sectors, too, began to adapt to the shifting focus. Private companies specializing in aerospace technology and advanced materials, research ramped up their efforts to develop components and systems that could operate under the extreme conditions anticipated in deep space missions. Investment in technology startups surged, with venture capitalists recognizing the vast potential for breakthrough innovations. This financial momentum catalyzed a competitive yet collaborative atmosphere, where both established enterprises and new market entrants raced to secure patents, develop prototypes, and forge partnerships that would eventually contribute to the larger goal. The economic implications were significant, driving technological advancements at an accelerated pace and creating a robust ecosystem that could support the enormous logistical and financial demands of intergalactic exploration. Meanwhile, on a cosmic scale, the theoretical implications of the project prompted a re-evaluation of established cosmic models. Astrophysicists and cosmologists began to explore alternative interpretations of data that, until now, had been dismissed as anomalies or statistical noise. The renewed focus on phenomena at the galactic periphery led to the identification of previously overlooked patterns and subtle interactions that hinted at deeper, more complex dynamics governing the universe. These insights not only enriched our understanding of the cosmic environment, but also underscored the interconnectedness of all cosmic phenomena, from the smallest particles to the largest structures. This re-evaluation has spurred a wave of new research directions, further blurring the lines between observational astronomy and theoretical physics. In practical terms, the immediate impact of this initiative was felt in the operational protocols of existing space missions as well. Agencies responsible for satellite deployments, planetary exploration, and orbital research began to integrate contingency plans that accounted for the possibility of long-duration missions into uncharted space. Mission designs were revised to incorporate higher degrees of modularity and resilience, ensuring that future projects could adapt to the evolving demands of intergalactic travel. The operational shifts were complemented by advances in communication technologies, as engineers sought to overcome the challenges posed by vast distances and the need for real-time data exchange across an interstellar expanse. Overall, the decision to actively pursue a chance of leaving the galaxy acted as a catalyst that transformed the immediate landscape of scientific, political, economic, and cultural domains. Its influence was both widespread and profound, setting off a chain reaction of initiatives and innovations that reshaped how humanity approached the cosmos. The repercussions of this decision continue to manifest in ongoing collaborations, emerging technologies, and an ever-deepening understanding of the universe. A universe that now, more than ever, appears ready to reveal its deepest secrets to those bold enough to venture into its uncharted territories. In the vibrant landscape of fan discourse and speculative thought, several unique elements continuously captivate enthusiasts as they explore the idea of escaping the galactic confines. One particularly intriguing aspect centers on the possibility of harnessing exotic physics, ideas that bridge the gap between established science and the farthest reaches of imaginative speculation. The notion that unknown forces, such as dark energy or hidden dimensions, could be manipulated to create shortcuts or portals between distant regions of space has long fascinated fans. Many debate whether the fabric of space-time itself might be coaxed into forming stable conduits that bypass the conventional limitations of light-speed travel, offering a theoretical means of intergalactic escape. This concept, rooted in both advanced theoretical physics and science fiction, has become a touchstone in discussions, inspiring countless creative narratives and technical conjectures alike. Another aspect that sparks lively debate is the role of ancient mysterious civilizations or artifacts that might have left behind clues or even functional technologies capable of intergalactic transit. In various fan theories, remnants of long-lost societies are believed to have mastered the secrets of the cosmos, embedding their knowledge within relics scattered across the universe. The idea that these relics could serve as beacons or keys to unlocking the path to the void beyond our galaxy is a recurring theme. Fans often speculate about hidden coordinates, encrypted messages in cosmic radiation, or enigmatic constructs that, when activated, could open gateways to unknown regions of space. This narrative layer adds a mythic quality to the scientific debate, infusing it with the allure of rediscovering lost wisdom from civilizations that may have long transcended their own origins. The intersection of advanced technology and human evolution also occupies a prominent place in fan discussions. Many enthusiasts argue that the quest to leave the galaxy is not solely about overcoming physical barriers, but also about a transformative leap in human consciousness. In this view, intergalactic travel represents a radical shift in how humanity perceives itself and its place in the universe. It is often speculated that the challenges posed by such an endeavor would necessitate a merging of human intellect with cutting-edge artificial intelligence and cybernetic enhancements. This symbiosis between biology and machine is seen as a prerequisite for surviving and thriving in the harsh, alien environments that lie beyond the familiar stars. The debates often revolve around questions of identity, the evolution of societal norms, and the potential emergence of entirely new modes of existence, a theme that resonates deeply within fan communities eager to explore the philosophical implications of cosmic exploration. Fans also revel in exploring alternative energy paradigms that defy conventional wisdom. Discussions frequently highlight the possibility of converting cosmic radiation or harnessing quantum fluctuations as sources of nearly limitless power, which could fundamentally change the way spacecraft operate in intergalactic journeys. Such ideas challenge the traditional reliance on chemical propulsion and conventional nuclear power, opening up avenues for propulsion methods that are as fantastical as they are theoretically intriguing. The speculation is not merely about efficiency, but about reimagining the very nature of energy and matter at a cosmic scale. This leads to imaginative scenarios where entire fleets of vessels operate on principles that blur the lines between energy and matter, fueling dreams of travel that is both sustainable and revolutionary in its technical execution. Another facet that captivates fan imaginations is the role of communication and connectivity in a universe where distances become incomprehensibly vast. Enthusiasts frequently propose that the quest to leave the galaxy would drive the development of entirely new communication networks, capable of operating over intergalactic distances with minimal latency. Such networks might rely on quantum entanglement or novel data transmission techniques that currently reside on the fringes of scientific theory. The prospect of maintaining a coherent, real-time dialogue across the cosmos challenges our present understanding of information transfer and has inspired a wealth of inventive ideas and speculative technologies. In fan circles, this topic is celebrated not only for its technical intrigue, but also for its potential to foster a new era of universal collaboration and understanding. Moreover, the cultural and artistic ramifications of intergalactic travel fuel a significant portion of the discourse. Many fans engage with the subject through literature, visual art, and even music, imagining how the discovery of a pathway out of the galaxy might reshape human narratives and cultural identity. The prospect of leaving behind the known universe inspires artistic expressions that merge cosmic imagery with themes of rebirth, exploration, and transcendence. In these creative interpretations, the journey beyond the galaxy becomes a metaphor for personal and societal transformation, embodying the eternal human quest for renewal and the courage to embrace the unknown. This artistic perspective enriches the conversation, providing a counterpoint to the technical and scientific aspects with a more emotive and philosophical exploration of what such a journey might signify. Discussions in fan communities also frequently touch on the implications for interspecies interaction. The idea that leaving the galaxy could lead to encounters with entirely new forms of life, or even civilizations that have long mastered intergalactic travel themselves, adds another layer of complexity and excitement. These debates raise questions about the potential for diplomatic and cultural exchanges on a scale never before imagined. Some speculate that such interactions could result in radical shifts in human ideology and technology, while others ponder the risks and uncertainties inherent in contact with entities that operate under entirely different cosmic paradigms. The possibility of meeting beings that have navigated the cosmos far longer than humanity has provoked a mixture of hope, trepidation, and boundless curiosity among fans. Finally, the interplay between destiny and free will in the context of intergalactic travel is a recurring theme. Some fans view the drive to leave the galaxy as an inevitable step in the natural evolution of intelligent life, a destiny written in the stars that reflects the universe's own trajectory toward complexity and expansion. Others contend that it is a choice, a deliberate act of will that redefines humanity's future in fundamental ways. This tension between determinism and agency provides fertile ground for debate, inspiring narratives that explore how the actions of individuals and collectives might shape the cosmic order. In these discussions, the decision to seek a path beyond the galaxy is seen as both a culmination of evolutionary forces and a radical expression of human determination, a duality that continues to spark thoughtful and passionate exchanges among those who dare to imagine a future beyond the confines of our stellar neighborhood. Together, these unique aspects create a rich tapestry of ideas that keep the debate alive and vibrant. They encapsulate the technical, cultural, and philosophical dimensions of a question that challenges the very limits of human imagination and scientific possibility. The discussions are as much about redefining our understanding of the universe as they are about envisioning a future where the stars themselves become stepping stones on an endless journey of discovery. Throughout the evolving discourse on intergalactic travel, several exceptional individuals have emerged whose personal attributes and visionary perspectives have shaped the conversation in profound ways. These figures, diverse in background and approach, have contributed unique insights and driven the collective pursuit forward, each representing distinct facets of ambition and inquiry. One prominent figure is a renowned theoretical physicist, celebrated for pushing the boundaries of established science. Known for an unyielding curiosity and a relentless commitment to exploring the nuances of cosmic phenomena, this individual possesses a rare ability to translate abstract mathematical constructs into tangible frameworks for understanding space-time. Their work on unconventional energy interactions has not only challenged existing paradigms, but also ignited debates on the feasibility of harnessing forces beyond conventional propulsion methods. While their theoretical models have provided a strong intellectual foundation for the possibility of intergalactic travel, they are sometimes criticized for an excessive reliance on speculative mathematics, with detractors arguing that some proposals remain too detached from experimental validation. Despite this, their insistence on rigorous analysis and a willingness to venture into uncharted theoretical territory have cemented their reputation as a pivotal thought leader. Another outstanding personality is a visionary engineer whose practical innovations have repeatedly bridged the gap between theory and application. With a keen focus on devising new propulsion systems and energy converters, this individual has a hands-on approach that complements the abstract work of their theoretical counterparts. Their aptitude for designing prototypes that endure extreme conditions has led to breakthroughs in materials, science, and energy efficiency, providing the technical backbone for projects aimed at extragalactic escape. Their strength lies in an ability to integrate interdisciplinary knowledge, from thermodynamics to quantum mechanics, into viable engineering solutions. However, a noted weakness is their sometimes overambitious timeline for project completion, which occasionally results in projects that struggle under the weight of logistical and regulatory challenges. Even so, their contributions have been instrumental in moving experimental designs from the realm of possibility into early practical demonstrations. A third influential figure comes from the realm of policy and international collaboration. With a background that blends diplomacy and strategic planning, this leader has excelled at uniting diverse stakeholders under a common banner of exploration. Their strength is found in an unparalleled ability to navigate complex political landscapes and build coalitions that transcend national and disciplinary boundaries. By advocating for a coordinated global approach to intergalactic endeavors, they have ensured that scientific progress is matched by robust financial support and regulatory frameworks. Although their diplomatic style may sometimes be seen as overly cautious or compromise-prone, their steady insistence on multilateral cooperation has fostered an environment where large-scale initiatives can be pursued with a sense of shared responsibility. Their balanced approach has not only smoothed the path for ambitious projects, but has also provided a platform for open debate on ethical and societal implications. In addition to these figures, a celebrated experimental astrophysicist has earned recognition for their pioneering observational work at the fringes of our galaxy. With a combination of technical expertise and an almost poetic vision for the cosmos, This individual has dedicated their career to charting the unknown and uncovering anomalies that might hint at pathways beyond current limitations. Their observational campaigns have generated vast amounts of data that continue to inform theoretical models and engineering prototypes alike. The strength of their contributions lies in their meticulous attention to detail and an innate ability to discern patterns in what others might dismiss as background noise. Critics, however, have occasionally questioned whether their focus on minute details might limit broader contextual understanding, but their enduring impact on refining the parameters of intergalactic feasibility remains undeniable. A further key personality is a cultural philosopher and futurist who has profoundly influenced public perception and the ethical dimensions of the quest to leave the galaxy. This thinker approaches the subject with a blend of imaginative narrative and deep ethical consideration, arguing that the journey beyond our galactic home is as much about redefining human identity as it is about technical achievement. Their writings and public lectures articulate a vision in which humanity must evolve not only technologically, but also culturally and morally to undertake such a transformative venture. Their strength lies in the capacity to inspire and mobilize a wide audience by connecting complex scientific ideas with fundamental human values. Nonetheless, some detractors argue that their poetic expressions and abstract notions lack the concrete detail necessary for practical implementation. Even so, their work has played a crucial role in ensuring that the broader societal implications of intergalactic travel are continuously examined and debated. Lastly, a maverick entrepreneur has made a significant impact by channeling private sector dynamism into the field. With a background in both high-tech startups and established aerospace enterprises, this individual has championed innovative funding models and rapid prototyping initiatives that bypass traditional bureaucratic hurdles. Their entrepreneurial spirit and willingness to invest personal capital in untested ideas have resulted in several groundbreaking experiments and early-stage technologies. Their proactive, risk-taking approach has been both celebrated for its ability to accelerate progress and scrutinized for occasionally underestimating the scale of technical challenges. Their pragmatic drive to create marketable, scalable solutions has injected a sense of urgency and commercial viability into the field, ensuring that intergalactic aspirations are not solely the domain of academic or governmental research. Together, these notable personalities exemplify the multifaceted nature of the pursuit to leave our galaxy. They are bound by a common goal, yet differ significantly in their methods, strengths, and weaknesses. Their complementary contributions form a rich tapestry of scientific inquiry, technological innovation, diplomatic coordination, observational precision, philosophical depth, and entrepreneurial vigor. Each individual, in their own way, propels the collective effort forward, fostering an environment where bold ideas can take root and grow into tangible projects. Their legacies, marked by both breakthroughs and setbacks, underscore the complex interplay between visionary ambition and practical reality, a dynamic that continues to define the ongoing quest to reach beyond the stars. Unresolved issues and speculative theories continue to animate the debate on whether humanity can escape the gravitational pull of our home system. One of the most persistent puzzles involves the fundamental nature of space-time and the possibility of engineering breakthroughs that might allow us to navigate its inherent constraints. The prospect of manipulating quantum fields to generate stable passages, akin to natural shortcuts that could bridge the vast emptiness between galaxies, remains an area of vigorous discussion. Yet this line of inquiry raises more questions than answers. Can the delicate balance of forces within the quantum realm be harnessed reliably at scales relevant to macroscopic travel? The interplay between quantum fluctuations and cosmic forces, while rich in theoretical promise, is mired in experimental challenges that continue to defy current scientific capabilities. Another contentious area involves the potential exploitation of exotic matter and energy forms. Theories suggest that substances with negative mass or unusual energy signatures might be employed to counteract the immense gravitational barriers encountered when attempting to depart a galaxy. However, the existence and stability of such exotic matter remains speculative. While some mathematical models indicate that these entities could offer a pathway through otherwise insurmountable gravitational fields, experimental validation is lacking. Critics argue that even if exotic matter were discovered, the technical demands of synthesizing and controlling it on a scale sufficient for propulsion or space-time manipulation would be daunting, if not outright impossible, with our present understanding of physics. In parallel, the concept of utilizing wormholes as cosmic gateways continues to captivate theorists and enthusiasts alike. This hypothesis posits that the universe may naturally harbor tunnel-like structures that connect distant regions of space. The idea is both elegant and conceptually appealing, as it offers a mechanism for instantaneous travel across astronomical distances. Yet, the existence of wormholes is inferred only through the equations of general relativity, and no empirical evidence has yet confirmed their presence. Additionally, even if such structures do exist, significant hurdles remain regarding their stability and navigability. Would traversing a wormhole expose travelers to uncontrollable tidal forces or hazardous radiation? And if they could be stabilized, could they be artificially generated or harnessed for controlled travel? These unresolved issues leave wormholes as a tantalizing, if elusive, component of the intergalactic travel puzzle. A related debate centers on the role of dark matter and dark energy in shaping the cosmic landscape. Observations indicate that these mysterious components constitute the vast majority of the universe's mass-energy content, yet their properties remain enigmatic. Some theorists propose that a deeper understanding of dark energy could reveal mechanisms to weaken or even counteract the gravitational forces that bind galaxies together. Such an insight might enable the development of propulsion systems or navigation methods that exploit these invisible forces. However, despite decades of observation and increasingly sophisticated instrumentation, the true nature of dark matter and dark energy remains shrouded in uncertainty. How these components interact with known forms of matter and energy, and whether they can be harnessed for practical applications in space travel, is still a matter of intense speculation and debate. Another unresolved challenge lies in the energy requirements for such an audacious journey. Calculations based on current physics indicate that the energy needed to overcome galactic gravitational wells is astronomically high. Some proposals suggest that breakthroughs in fusion technology, antimatter utilization, or even harnessing energy directly from cosmic phenomena could provide the necessary power. Yet each of these approaches brings its own set of theoretical and practical complications. For instance, while fusion reactors promise abundant energy, they remain unproven at the scales required for intergalactic propulsion. Similarly, antimatter, though incredibly energy-dense, presents formidable obstacles in production, storage, and controlled release. The question persists: can any of these energy sources be developed to a level that makes intergalactic travel not just feasible in theory, but viable in practice? Beyond the technical challenges, there remains a philosophical and theoretical debate about the very nature of progress and destiny in the cosmos. Some voices within the scientific community argue that the drive to leave the galaxy is an extension of a natural evolutionary impulse, a necessary step for the survival of life in the universe. Others contend that such endeavors might inadvertently provoke unforeseen consequences, potentially destabilizing the very cosmic structures we seek to understand. This line of thought introduces questions about the ethical dimensions of manipulating vast cosmic forces and altering the balance of the universe. How does one weigh the pursuit of boundless exploration against the potential risks of interfering with cosmic order? And what unforeseen repercussions might arise from tampering with forces that have shaped the evolution of galaxies for billions of years? The debate is further complicated by alternative theories that challenge the assumption that intergalactic travel is the ultimate objective. Some argue that our focus should instead be on exploring the hidden depths of our own galaxy, positing that there may be untold wonders and resources within its boundaries that could address humanity's long-term challenges. This perspective raises additional questions about opportunity cost and strategic priorities. Is the pursuit of intergalactic travel diverting attention and resources from more immediately attainable scientific and technological goals? How might our understanding of cosmic evolution change if we prioritize deep exploration within familiar territories over the speculative allure of distant galaxies? Each of these unresolved questions feeds into a broader narrative of uncertainty and potential that defines the quest for intergalactic travel. The interplay between speculative physics, experimental limitations, and ethical considerations ensures that the subject remains a fertile ground for debate. The challenges are as profound as they are numerous, spanning from the microcosmic behavior of quantum fields to the vast uncharted territories of cosmic structure. While theories continue to evolve and new data may eventually provide clarity, for now, the possibility of leaving the galaxy stands as one of the most compelling yet enigmatic frontiers in modern science. The enduring mystery of these unresolved issues ensures that the conversation remains dynamic, inviting fresh insights and imaginative solutions from every corner of the scientific community and beyond. Looking far into the future, the possibility of venturing beyond our galactic home has the potential to reshape not only human destiny, but also the cosmic order itself. Should humanity succeed in breaking free from the gravitational confines of our galaxy, the long-term repercussions would extend into every facet of existence, from the evolution of life and civilization to the dynamic structure of the universe. In contemplating this future, one envisions a cascade of transformative outcomes that span technological innovation, societal metamorphosis, and even shifts in the cosmic landscape. At the most immediate level, the transition to intergalactic travel would redefine humanity's relationship with time and space. The prolonged duration of journeys that transcend familiar stellar neighborhoods would compel us to rethink our concepts of generation, legacy, and even personal identity. In such a future, communities may evolve into tightly knit groups dedicated to the exploration and colonization of far-flung regions, adapting their social structures to cope with the isolation and challenges of deep space existence. Over centuries, the very fabric of cultural identity could transform, blending diverse traditions with a shared cosmic aspiration. As these groups evolve independently from their origins, the possibility of divergent civilizations emerging in isolated sectors of the universe becomes a tangible reality, a living laboratory for the evolution of new societal models. The technological momentum that would drive intergalactic ventures promises to unlock breakthroughs in energy production, propulsion, and resource management. These advancements, initially developed to overcome the formidable challenges of cosmic travel, are likely to find applications across various domains, catalyzing a revolution in engineering and applied sciences. The ability to harness novel forms of energy and to design resilient, adaptive systems for long-term survival in hostile environments could eventually spread to other sectors of human endeavor. In this way, the drive to leave the galaxy might accelerate a broader era of innovation, impacting industries on Earth and throughout any off-world settlements. The synthesis of advanced materials, refined propulsion theories, and innovative energy paradigms might even precipitate a new industrial revolution, one defined by sustainable practices and interstellar-scale engineering projects. There is also the potential for profound shifts in humanity's philosophical and ethical paradigms. As we face the enormity of cosmic distances and confront the mysteries of the void beyond, long-held beliefs about our place in the universe could be challenged and reformed. The prospect of intergalactic travel may instill a renewed sense of humility and wonder, compelling us to reconcile the dual nature of our existence, as stewards of a fragile planet and as pioneers on a cosmic stage. New ethical frameworks would likely emerge, addressing the responsibilities of influencing cosmic environments, interacting with unknown phenomena, and preserving the integrity of emerging off-world societies. The deliberations on how best to navigate these issues might inspire global consensus on matters of stewardship, cooperation, and the equitable sharing of cosmic resources, a legacy that would reverberate throughout the cosmos. Conversely, the risks and uncertainties inherent in such an audacious venture must be acknowledged. The strain imposed on the universal environment by large-scale energy extraction, the manipulation of cosmic fields, and the potential alteration of gravitational dynamics may have unforeseen negative repercussions. Critics caution that attempts to engineer pathways through the cosmic expanse could inadvertently destabilize local regions of space, with ramifications that ripple outward over millennia. In this view, the transformative technologies developed in pursuit of intergalactic travel might not be entirely benign. They could trigger shifts in the delicate balance of cosmic forces, leading to a universe that is less predictable and, perhaps, more fragmented. The long-term impact on the cosmic fabric remains one of the most pressing unresolved concerns, a challenge that demands not only technical mastery, but also profound wisdom and restraint. In the broader cosmic context, the act of leaving our galaxy could mark the inception of an era characterized by a new form of cosmic interaction. As humanity and its progeny establish outposts in distant galaxies, the possibility arises for entirely new forms of exchange between life forms that have evolved in isolation for eons. Such encounters may foster unexpected alliances, spark collaborative projects across previously insurmountable distances, and even encourage a form of cosmic cultural convergence that unites disparate evolutionary paths. Alternatively, isolation and competition might lead to a fragmented cosmic landscape where pockets of advanced civilizations pursue divergent goals without meaningful communication, intensifying the mystery of whether our actions are in harmony with the broader evolution of the universe or in defiant isolation from it. Ultimately, the decision to pursue intergalactic travel carries with it both the promise of a boundless frontier and the cautionary tale of unintended consequences. In envisioning this future, one is confronted with a duality. On one hand, the prospect of unlimited exploration and transformative growth that redefines civilization in exhilarating, positive ways. On the other, the possibility of cascading disruptions in the natural order of the cosmos, posing challenges that may be as daunting as they are unprecedented. The long-term legacy of such an endeavor would, therefore, be written not only in the bold advancements of technology and culture, but also in the ethical and existential debates that would shape humanity's evolution. Whether the ultimate outcome is a beacon of hope or a cautionary chapter in the cosmic narrative will depend on the choices we make today, a delicate balance of aspiration, prudence, and the unyielding human drive to explore the unknown.